Living longer, living healthier, living better than ever before. Welcome to Mountain Pacific's Healthy Living for Life, a weekly series that gives you the information, education, and expert insight you need to become an active participant in today's ever-changing healthcare climate. Here now is today's program host.
As babies, we're soothed by the gentle lull of our mother's voice as she sings us to sleep. As teens, our generation is defined by the music that climbs the charts. As adults, we realize that music will forever serve as the soundtrack of our lives. So it's no wonder then that music has a substantial therapeutic benefit. Today, we'll talk about the therapeutic side of music. I'm Janet Whitmoyer, your host. Welcome to this edition of Healthy Living for Life. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Today we're visiting with Cheryl Sobek, a certified music therapist from Chaudere Children's Hospital here in Helena. We'll be exploring what music therapy is and who it benefits. Thanks for being with us today, Cheryl.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be here.
Good. Let's start off with having you tell us a little bit about what you do and what got you into music therapy.
When I was first considering a career, I was very interested in music. I also liked math, and I considered special education, and I thought, I don't know which one I really want to do. And I happened to see a pamphlet on music therapy and realized that that combined all of those things that I was interested in. So at that point, I decided to pursue that degree. I went to school in Wisconsin, and I worked there briefly. Then I came to Montana and worked at the children's unit at the state hospital for a time. Then there came a point where Chaudere decided to start psychiatric services, and I was recruited to come to Chaudere to help develop that program.
Oh, that's wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit more about what music therapy really is all about?
Sure. Music therapists do all kinds of things. We can do assessments that check out the emotional well-being of people. We can check their physical health, their social functioning, their cognitive skills. We do that all through music-based interventions. Okay. And we watch what the responses are from those people as they're involved in working with the music. We might do things with music improvisation. We might do lyric analysis. We might do songwriting. We use music listening exercises, movement to music, music and imagery. We do all kinds of things. And it's all to help people work toward whatever goals they need to accomplish in their treatment.
That sounds really interesting. Can you give us a little bit more specific about what some of your music therapy does?
Yeah, music therapy sessions are designed to accomplish a number of things. For example, we might be trying to promote wellness in people, but in addition to that, we might be helping people to alleviate pain or diminish stress in their lives. We help people with feelings, and particularly in my work, I do a lot of work with feelings, helping people to identify feelings and learn to express them safely. We also help people to improve their communication skills. We might do things where we're helping people to improve their self-esteem. We promote interactions. We do all kinds of things with people to make their lives better and more successful for them.
Can you tell us a little bit more about how someone might seek a music therapist? Under what circumstances would they maybe say, this is something that I would really like to do or would be beneficial to me?
Sure. People of all ages and actually people from all walks of life can benefit from music therapy services. And it's used for all sorts of purposes. Music therapists work with children, with adolescents, with adults, with older people. And we do that to, again, help them work toward goals that they're working on in treatment. Music can be designing special tasks that help people to assess cognitive skills, particularly with Alzheimer's people. We can do things where we are checking out other people's level of ability in various areas. We do all kinds of things with people to help them.
This sounds like such a really interesting and unique profession to have. So I'm curious, when you said at the beginning that you had actually gone to college to become a music therapist, can you tell us, can anybody become a music therapist, or what does it really involve to become a music therapist?
In order to be a music therapist, you have to have a lot of knowledge about music, of course, but also psychology and medicine. And one can only practice music therapy if they have a degree in music therapy. That means going to an accredited school and going through the academic part of that, but then also having clinical training after that under a board-certified music therapist. That means doing a 6-month internship. And then finally, the person has to pass a certification board examination before they can practice music therapy.
Well, it sounds pretty rigorous then.
It is.
I have only heard of music therapy recently. Is this a new concept, or has it been around for a long time?
The idea of music therapy has actually been around for many, many, many years. In fact, it goes all the way back to medicine men and shamans who would use music in their healing practices. But then in more recent years in this country, after the World Wars, when veterans were in hospitals suffering from trauma, whether that was emotional or physical in nature, they began bringing musicians into the hospital, partly just to distract them from all the pain and discomfort. But then they noticed that there were other things beginning to happen with those people, and those responses were positive in nature. So they started looking at having musicians working in hospitals with veterans. And before long, it was decided perhaps people should have more training so that they could truly provide beneficial services through the use of music. So in 1944, Michigan State University developed the first music therapy degree program. And then there were national associations that sprang up after that. One of those was the National Association for Music Therapy. Another one was the American Association for Music Therapy. Both of those organizations would certify people to practice music therapy with the public. But then those two organizations combined, they became the American Music Therapy Association, and another organization was developed called the Certification Board for Music Therapists. That is the agency that does the exam that people have to take, and then they also require continuing education. So music therapists have to constantly renew their certification, and that assures the public that the services being offered to them are quality in nature.
This has been really great information, and I want to talk to you more about that. We have to go to a break right now, so stay tuned. We'll be back with more with Cheryl after the break.